like I like instead of me, keeping my eyes on Christ, I started to fall into this type of thing of like, is nursing even for me? Like, am I even gonna pass the semester? I started to doubt myself, and doubt that this is what God had wanted for me, and doubt that this is the path that I want to pursue. But when we do that, when we take our mind off of sir, they hear. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, starring Nicole. Sorry I have not been very active on this channel. School has really been doing a number on me, but as I was doing my quiet time this morning, I was really encouraged by the word that I was reading, and I realized that this is something that all students and everyone everywhere needs to hear. So y'all forgive me, I don't really preach. I do my own thing, but forgive me, if it's not, the word is not delivered as smoothly as some people deliver it, but I just felt like everyone needs to, be encouraged by this word, since I was encouraged this morning. Yes, so the video is going to be on how to walk by faith and not by sight, what it means to walk by faith and not by sight. And it's basically just like encouragement for whatever season you might be in. So hopefully you can take it and apply it to your life. So to start off with, what does it mean to walk by faith and not by sight? So the way I understand it is like basically whatever it is that we are facing in our life, whatever problem, whatever situation, whatever circumstance, whatever it is that's making us to believe that we are that no one understands what we're going through, that no, my problem is the worst. Like, not looking at that problem or that situation, but focusing on God through that situation, not allowing it to to take your eyes off of God, but by faith, trusting that God will come through for and intervene on whatever it is that you're praying for him to come in to do. Just trusting him and being able to keep your eyes on God and put your trust in him. So there are a few ways that we can practically walk by faith and not by sight. And the first thing that I wanted us to understand is that, like, when we have goals and we have things that like a plan for our lives, a lot of the time we just keep it in our mind and we kind of forget about it, or we don't think about it often. So one thing that we can do is to write down your vision and your goal and make it plain. To literally have like a journal. I have my journal here, or somewhere where you're gonna go to every day. Like, you can even write it on a whiteboard. Basically, writing down what it is that you want God to do in that season in your life, and being able to make it just known. Like, write down, like SMART goals or whatever, making it a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, I think. But yeah, so writing down your goal or your vision or whatever, and making it plain, making it be able to, writing down your goal and having it somewhere where you'll be reminded of it each and every day. That's the first thing. Just what is it that you want God to do in your life? And then the second thing that we can do, it is really, really like practical, but we never really do it, and we do it at the last minute, or we do it when it's convenient to us. But praying to God about what it is that we're going through, praying to God about our situation. Like, a lot of the times we have in mind that, oh, I want to be this, I want to do this, I want to get straight A's, I want to do well in school, but then you don't really pray to God, actively praying each and every day towards your goal. You go to school and you work towards getting your degree, but you don't really pray each and every day to the one who's going to make it happen. So we have to pray about what it is that we want God to do in our lives. And then when we are praying and seeking God's direction for our vision or our goal, we have to be obedient to what God is saying for us to do to get to that goal. A lot of the times we are praying and, God reveals that, okay, we need to do something. We need to cut off this person, or we need to, apply to this place, or whatever the case may be. whatever it is that God reveals to you while you're praying, you also have to be obedient to listen to Him and go follow through with what He wants you to do. You know, how can you get to the goal if you're not willing to do what it takes to get to the goal? And then finally, to be okay with things not looking the way we expected it to look in the time that we had planned out for ourselves, or the way we wanted it to go. You know, sometimes we have a vision, okay, it's going to go like this, then it's going to go like that, then it's going to go like this, but then it doesn't. And to be able to walk by faith and not by sight means to be okay with it not ending up the way you want it to go. Because at the end of the day, you know, you have your plan for your life, but God's plan might be different. So being able to trust that, you know, God's plan for your life, no matter how it might come about, is still good. Is something that we need to do. So yeah, those are the 4 things that I think that are practical for us to be able to walk by faith and not by sight. But I want us to take a reading from Matthew chapter 14, verse 25 to 31, and I'll read because I got my Bible here. Yeah. Matthew 14, verse 25 to 31. And it's a story that we all know. I don't know if we've applied it to our lives, but in this video, I'm going to show how we can. So it says, shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." "Lord, if it is you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," Jesus said. Then Peter got out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" So one thing that I really wanted to point out with this Bible reading is that Peter had the faith. He is the one that stepped out of the boat to walk towards Jesus. And a lot of the times we do have the faith. But then what had happened was that Peter felt a little shaking of the wind and was like, oh snap, wait. And looked at his surroundings, look at his circumstances. And that's what, and the main thing that he did was take his eyes off of Jesus, to look at his situation. And when he started doing that, he began to sink. So in our lives, sometimes we are praying for a certain goal. We have our eyes set on that goal and we're like, okay, I'm going to do it. But then things start not looking the way we want it to. Things begin to get, what do you call it? Bumpy? Whatever. I think that's the word I wanted to say. But yeah. And then, so we take our eyes off of the goal, or we take our eyes off of, you know, the one who we are focusing on, which is Jesus. Like, and we start to look at our situation and become discouraged. And that's when we start to knock ourselves down and be like, oh, am I really meant to do this field? Am I even smart? Bro, man, the way these thoughts were just coming in my head while this semester has not been easy at all for me. And like, that's something that the devil was really trying to put in my mind, that, oh, Nicole, you know, whoop. That Nicole, you're not smart. Like, is nursing even something that you're supposed to be doing? If it was the case, you know, why are you getting E on exam? But one thing that we need to stay encouraged with is the fact that if we keep our eyes on God, we will stay afloat. We will not sink. Whatever it is that the devil throws our way, if we keep our mind focused on God and focused on, okay, living our life for God and knowing that God will come through and with whatever it is that we are praying for, then whatever situation we find ourselves in, we're not gonna be deterred by it. We will keep our mind on God and stay afloat on water. Like, so okay. Yeah, so for those students who are just stressing and like trying to study for this one exam or to get this certain grade so that they can pass and all this stuff, like, yo, don't worry. if God is for you, nothing can be against you. Literally, no professor, no exam grade, no test grade, nothing. Like, if you put your trust in God and you don't walk by what you're seeing, the circumstances that you're in, the grade that you have, but you walk knowing that, okay, God has a plan for my life, and that the plan is going to be good. And regardless of what I might be facing, I will still come out victorious. Then you'll be fine, you know. Chilling. Even though my grades are not chilling. I know that life is more than that. So, yeah, I'm getting off my soapbox, and I'm honestly just hoping that something, you know, stuck from this video and something struck you in a good way. I want to leave y'all off with a scripture. It's Romans 8 verse 18 to 39. In your own time you can read it, but it's just a really encouraging scripture. And one thing that I want to point out from that scripture is the verse 18, where it says, I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. That thing has just really, that scripture has really just held me, kept me during this time of final season. Be encouraged that my sufferings as of now are nothing compared to the glory that will be revealed in us in the future. Like, what we're striving for, what we're struggling for, it's going to be worth it in the end. So just keep pushing. You know, you got this. You know, the Lord is your strength. God is with you in everything that you're doing. Even if it seems like He isn't, He's there. Never forget that. And just know that all things will work together for the good of those who love Him and who are called according to His purpose. So if you love God and you are living your life for God, just know that everything that you're going through is going to work together for your good. If God is for you, who can be against you, you know? So walk in that faith, not by what you're going through, not by what you're seeing, but what God has in store for you in your future, okay? You know, you got this. I got this. You got this. We got it. Yeah, so hopefully you're encouraged. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope that you subscribe, that you like, and that you share this video. I will be more active. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. Don't mind me. Life is just, you know, come on, it's just, but I will not die, but I shall live. And yeah, so, thank you for watching. Bye.